Everybody wants a mental edge, and the two biggest names for brain-boosting nootropics in 2024 have to be Alpha Brain and Thesis. And today, we're declaring a winner. The NoFate channel, checking in. Jonathan here, and today we are pitting Alpha Brain against Thesis, and we are going to go over the companies, the cost, the ingredients, the effects, and which is going to be helping you get that big mental brain boost you've been looking for. Alpha Brain is probably the best known brain boosting nootropic on the market as far as name brand recognition, in large part because this thing has been around for well over a decade now. On it is the company that produces it, and that is actually partially owned by Joe Rogan of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast fame, as well as an MMA commentator and a comedian. You might even know him as the host of Fear Factor.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Now, the reason this has a massive popularity and name brand recognition, in large part, is because of Joe Rogan advertising this on his podcast from time to time over the past decade plus, and on its massive, and I do mean massive, marketing budget. It promises to support memory, promote focus, and mental processing. And I will tell you that all of the ingredients listed on here, frankly, are shown to do just that. Unfortunately, the ingredients and the formula have not been changed since its inception 10 plus years ago. And it contains not one, but two proprietary blends. And that is an old school trick that supplement companies would use in order to not have to disclose how much of the specific ingredients they're putting in there. But if we put on our Sherlock Holmes hat, you can actually see that based on the amount of the prop blend, many of these ingredients, if not all of them, are massively underdosed. Case in point, their optical flow blend. That is 4 ingredients that total 650 milligrams in weight. The number 1 ingredient is L-tyrosine, a fantastic product, an amino acid, helps with that brain boost that we want. But I will tell you, in today's 2024 nootropics, we often see L-tyrosine at a full gram. That's 1,000 milligrams. Sometimes we'll even see it as high as 2 full grams. So to have 4 ingredients totaling 650 milligrams, you know that at least most of those ingredients, if not all of them, are going to be underdosed. Their second proprietary blend has more red flags, probably bigger than the first one. No! Their optical flow blend comes in at only 240 milligrams. Now, their first of their 6 ingredients in this blend is alpha GPC. Alpha GPC is a great product, has been shown, has been tested, it works. Unfortunately, the tests are done at 600 milligrams, 600. So this comes in at 240 milligrams for like 6 different ingredients. One of them is alpha GPC. You can clearly see they are underdosing that product and probably all of the rest. If you think I'm making a big deal of this prop blend, trust me, I'm not. On it even made a black label version of their Alpha Brain, which removes the prop blend, ups many of the ingredient dosages, and even puts in 25 milligrams of caffeine. Unfortunately, you gotta pay to have that prop blend removed and to have the right amount of ingredients, because that comes in at about $4 per serving.
Pay that man his money.
One of the good things about Alpha Brain that is also unfortunately a slightly bad thing is that it has no caffeine in it. And why that's a good thing is because most of the nootropics that we see on the market do contain caffeine as a cheap way to give you that stimulant boost. And as we all know, we're probably ingesting far too much caffeine in our daily life from our coffee, tea, energy drinks, pre-workout. And it's nice to have something without caffeine that you could take in the morning, you could take in the afternoon, or even in the late evening and still get to bed. Now, the slight bad thing about no caffeine is that caffeine works. Whether we like it or not, it is a performance enhancer, and it is gonna give you that stimulant effect both physically as well as mentally. The price of Alpha Brain has a huge range depending on where you buy it, when you buy it, the size of the bottle that you buy, as well as if you sign up for a subscription. And I will tell you that almost every supplement company out there has a subscription option, in large part because studies have shown that you will absolutely keep that subscription far longer than you want it, sometimes months, even years longer before you finally get around to canceling it. And that's why Alpha Brain is one of the companies that offers a free trial run as long as you set up automatic bill pay for their subscription. And the bait and switch is that the trial bottle they give you is only good for like 2 weeks serving, and then you are hooked onto their subscription monthly plan. And I don't knock Alpha Brain for doing this because so many other companies do and it works, but it's a little bit sleazy, right? Based on my research, you should be able to get this for around $1.50 per serving. And in 2024, that is exactly where the per serving cost is for nootropics. Many people buy Alpha Brain and they expect to get a limitless Bradley Cooper experience. They saw the advertisements, they see people that they appreciate online, influencers, pushing this thing, saying how great it works, and then dropping a coupon code right next to that. And I will tell you that there is gonna be no aha moment. The reality is, without any caffeine and with having slightly, if not more than slightly, underdosed ingredients, the effects are going to be minimal. You should expect a little bit of a pick-me-up, just slightly. Will you notice it? I did, but it was very faint. And frankly, it's not something that probably justifies the cost, and certainly not something I would sign up for a subscription of. I will say, to put it into perspective for anyone who hasn't had nootropics in the past, I kind of equate it to 1/3 of a cup of tea, not even coffee. Most people who buy this are going to be massively underwhelmed with the experience.
I need to thank you for using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. When you use those links, it helps me live this lavish YouTube lifestyle. Let me know when you use those links so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation.
Thesis is not a one-size-fits-all approach like Alpha Brain. They actually have 6 individualized products that help you target specific traits that you're looking to get a boost on: confidence, logic, energy, motivation, clarity. Now, each of these has a different individualized ingredients profile, and if you already know which one you want, you can simply go on the website and order that one. If you don't know and you want to try them out, they can start you off with a trial box that is a 1-month amount of product. It gives you 4 different boxes. You're able to use 1 box per week. Take notes, take journal entries in terms of how it makes you feel, how you like it or don't like it, and then at the end of those 4 weeks, you're able to either try the other 2 that you haven't, or kind of narrow down the ones that you like in order to get the experience that you're looking for. Now, every one of their products has a fully transparent label with properly dosed ingredients. They do third-party testing, and they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you just use this for 28 days, you're not happy, send it back and get your money back.
Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it.
I will tell you that they have both a caffeine and a non-caffeine version, which is nice for those of you that don't want any stimulants. The nice part about the caffeine version is that they only throw in 100 milligrams of caffeine. That's not that much. That's your typical home brewed cup of coffee. And they go a step further by balancing out that caffeine so you don't get the shakes or a jump in energy by throwing in 200 milligrams of L-theanine.
You just gotta keep living, man.
Each serving costs around $2 per serving and comes in this very convenient travel pack. All you have to do is just simply tear off the top and you can get after it. I will tell you that I wish this cost less. Let's all face it, I wish everything in today's day and age cost less. And at $2 per serving, it can absolutely add up pretty quickly, especially if you wanted to do like 2 servings a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I will tell you that the reality is most of us are spending $4 or $5 on that cup of coffee in the morning. We're also spending $3+ on that energy drink. I've been taking Thesis for over 2 months now, and it does deliver a 4 to 5 hour little bit of a pick-me-up in the category that you choose. I do like the fact that they're specifically tailored for different categories, because we are not all a one size fit all. One of us wants to get more energy and some of us just want more confidence. Now the caffeine versions are probably the best versions, and the caffeine energy is nice because it gives you that pick me up without the shakes. 100 milligrams isn't much, and again, it is balanced with that L-theanine. I will tell you that the non-caffeinated version, the experience is much more dulled down, and you still kind of get that pick me up, that boost, but certainly not as noticeable as the caffeinated ones. Out of these 6, the 2 favorites that I thought just delivered the best experience for me was energy and clarity. I found myself using energy at breakfast and clarity at lunch to help me power through my working day. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts between Alpha Brain and Thesis. The reality is I am a massive fan of Joe Rogan. I like his podcast, I like his MMA commentating, but I really wish Alpha Brain had been redone. When it first came out over 10 years ago, it was a solid product because there wasn't much competition on the market, but they should have revitalized, improved the ingredients profile to bump up the ingredients, remove the proprietary blends, and even offer a caffeinated version. For what Onnit is charging for Alpha Brain, you aren't necessarily getting ripped off, but I think many of you are going to be very much underwhelmed with what it's delivering. Out of the 2, I would absolutely steer you towards Thesis. Now, it does cost more money per serving than Alpha Brain, but at least you're getting what you pay for. Transparent labels, fully dosed ingredients, third-party testing, and that money-back guarantee. I also like the fact that you can specifically choose the trait that you're looking to get an improvement on, and the fact that they have caffeinated and non-caffeinated versions. The convenient packet is great for people on the go, and I do have to kind of caution that many of you who get this are going to want to use 2 a day in order to kind of have the effects carry you through the entire day. Now, that will cost you around $4 per day, which, as we all know, will add up quite quickly, but let's face it, your cup of Starbucks coffee is probably much more than that. I want to know from you. Comment down below. Have you used Alpha Brain or Thesis, and what did you feel? What were the results? Did you get your money's worth as far as your expectations and as far as the marketing promises? If you made it this far in the video,
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
the best way to support this channel is obviously to click the affiliate links in the description. The second best way, which is absolutely free, is to simply watch another video. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.